Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man, at your service. And you catch Kilt-Man now on a windy, stormy, rain-lashed Saturday morning. Saturday morning being, of course, the flip side of a Freedom Friday night out for Kilt-Man. You all knew it was going to happen. I mean, I did do a video warning you that it was going to go out, as I do every Friday. And but luckily I've got no hangover. I got completely sozzled as usual, and I managed to dodge the rain last night because it was absolutely hammering down. But somehow I went to escape and evade from pub to club to pub to club, and my hair remained immaculate, you could say. See, for me this is immaculate. You want to see it normally? Oh God! In fact, normally it looks like what you're going to see in a minute, because yes, as the title of this video testifies, we're going to talk about The Curse of the Werewolf from Hammer Films. Oliver Reed starred in Terence Fisher's absolute masterpiece of lycanthropic cinema, 1961 I think it was, 62, not too sure, thereabouts anyway. And it was based on Guy Endor's novel The Werewolf of Paris, but they set it into 18th century Spain, all shot at Brave Studios and Blackwoods, you know, in England, where they shot most of their movies. And Terence Fisher was Hammer's most dazzling director. I'm playing the score to it right now. Benjamin Frankel did the score to The Curse of the Werewolf, and it's a lush, for the most part lush and very sort of symphonic score. Normally Hammer would use James Bernard and or James Bernard, but Bernard sounds better, and he was the one that brought that typical Hammer sound, dun dun dun, which is Dracula. That's what he did, and most of his scores, even when they weren't Dracula movies, had that sort of brassy, you know, sort of in-your-face wallop, ba ba ba, and they were great scores. This has elements of that, but if you listen now, it's kind of sweet and lyrical, pastoral. Anyway, he's conceived. Leon the werewolf is conceived because during a rape, the beggar goes to the Marquis's castle, and the Marquis is a cruel, tyrannical bastard. The beggar's gone there just to plead for some food, and they beat him, they put him in the dungeons, and he stays there for years and becomes a beast, basically. But the mute servant girl, played by the gorgeous Yvonne Romaine, brings food, takes pity and brings food to him. But sometime she ends up, because the Marquis wants her, and she spurns his attentions, and he flings it in there as well. So the guy she's looked after, the guy she took pity on, sees his luck. Ooh. And he gets, the beast in him comes out, and he rapes her and beats her, and it's a savage, horrible incident, and it kills him. His efforts actually, you know, he can't sustain it, so he dies. But she gets pregnant from this, and she escapes from the Marquis. She kills the Marquis in one of Hammer's most contentious scenes. She repeatedly stabs him in the back, and it's a nasty sequence. For a long time it was cut out. Anyway, she gets taken in by kindly, you know, noble people, and she gives birth to Leon on Christmas Day. So one of the legends of the werewolf is that, you know, if you're born on Christmas Day, or if you're conceived by rape or, you know, a horrible deed, you're going to become a lycanthrope. And of course he does. And little Leon kills goats and sheep, but when he grows older, the love of his family keep the wolf at bay, sort of thing. And this is the theme of the story. You know, love can save him. Anyway, he goes on a fucking rampage, doesn't he? Because, you know, once again, hormones, and he meets the lovely Christina, and him and his mate go to a brothel, and, you know, werewolves are always tied in with sex, and, you know, the bestial appetite, and rampages ensue, and he gets shot. In the end, the angry mob, the typical Hammer, which took it from Universal movies, the angry mob chase him. He does strange lot of acrobatics. He climbs up onto roofs. I don't know many wolves that climb onto wolves. Wolves that climb onto roofs. You try saying that after a night full of whiskey. And he ends up in the bell tower of the church, and the bells deafen him. You know, a bit of Quasimodo thrown in there. And his father, out of mercy, shoots him with a silver bullet and kills him. So ending Hammer's only werewolf movie. They never did another werewolf movie, and yet this one was a very, very classy production. Great acting, production values are through the roof. It looks fantastic. It's quite nasty. As I say, it was very contentious with the BBFC, the British Board of, well, they're called British Board of Film Classification now, but back in those days, they genuinely were the British Board of Film Censors. And Hammer had to repeatedly send scripts in to them, and they go, well, we don't like this sequence. They hadn't even filmed anything. And they said, and this is what Hammer had to do every time after, you know, Dracula and Curse of Frankenstein, both in 1957, 58. A double whammy, you know, they brought out, which put Kensington gore, as it was called, splashy gore and heaving cleavage, you know, onto the big screen, and made Hammer's name. But they only made one werewolf film because this one caused them so much grief with the BBFC. The rape sequences, the heaving bosoms, the bloody fangs, you know, and the teeth and all this, the snarling, the violence in it, repeatedly stabbing. And it was cut down and butchered a hell of a lot. Only in the last sort of, well, I'd say 20 years maybe, no, less than that, maybe 15 years, the full uncut versions really resurfaced. And, you know, you can get it on Blu-ray now, and it's a glorious restoration as well. And a classic movie. I recommend it wholeheartedly. Anyway, that's not really why we're here. We're here to discuss the mask that came out from Curse of the Werewolf. Now, you're already looking at it and thinking, the fucking hell is that? My hair is that in the morning. When I first wake up, that is what my hair does. Painstaking effort to make it look this ridiculous. But what Hammer licensed a place called Smithy's. Now, if you're in the UK, you'll know Smithy's because it's like a novelty mask costume outlet, and it's, you know, it's quite popular. It's been going for many, many years. But unbelievably, Hammer gave them the license to make, well, what was going to be a range of masks based on their movies. Mass-produced, very cheap masks, very cheap indeed. There was going to be, well, there was a Dracula, Christopher Lee as Dracula. There was also Christopher Lee as the monster from Curse of Frankenstein, so Frankenstein's monster, where he looks like a fucking, you know, been in a terrible road accident. He is scarred to buggery because Hammer couldn't get the license for, you know, the Boris Karloff look for the Universal movies. But you could get that mask, Dracula, and Curse the Werewolf. They were going to do a load more. I don't know if they ever surfaced the other ones. I don't know. But I think 2002, they released this guy and the Dracula and Frankenstein's monster. And then they were discontinued. Either they weren't very popular or they just had a limited run. But the whole thing was discontinued. That mask is now very rare. And yours truly, being the mask collector that he is, when this one popped up, I saw it, I thought, oh my God, for, guess how much? £5. £5. £5. That's including postage. And it was on Amazon, but it was sold by a third party. And I thought, got to have that, that's ultra rare. Now, you pay £5 for a rare mask, you know, it takes your chance. It's not a good mask, it isn't. It's very, very cheaply made. Plus, it has a lot of inaccuracies because, I'm going to show you. I'm looking at it. It looks like Noddy Holder from Slade, glam rock 70s band Slade. Noddy Holder, as you, it's him. It's Christmas. Anyway, you can put some glam rock fucking duds on him, and you are Noddy Holder. And no offense, Noddy, but that is you. It's not Oliver Reed. It's Noddy Holder. The Curse of Noddy Holder. And they released a load of lobby cards. I've got them. I've got a set of them. And the lobby cards had a picture, a famous picture of Leon as the werewolf strangling Yvonne Romaine. Now, Yvonne Romaine was actually his mother. She died giving birth to him, so that sequence could never happen in the film at all because she was gorgeous and she was one of the stars. And he's putting the stranglehold on her. But these are great cards because what they've done, they're stills from the movie, but they're hand painted over. You've seen this sort of thing before. They have a particular style to these, and they're very gorgeous prints, they are, but they have been hand painted over. And what they did, they painted his hair ginger, and they kind of touched his hair up as well, as if it was a big bouffant. His hair is not curly in the film, it's rough, but it is swept back, you know. But when they made the mask, they must have copied that picture. Because what you have Is this? What the fuck is this? No, I've kept on. Yeah, there's the label. Smithies. Yeah, and it is endorsed and licensed by Hammer. There's a little Hammer logo down there, somewhere down the corner there. I'll cut this off in a second so I can show you the mask properly. But look at this. What the fuck? Now, as well, because what's diminished the effect of me doing this video is that this mask is absolutely stoved in. I'm gonna rip this off now. Excuse me, one moment while well, that was easy enough. It's completely stoved in. The face is trashed. I'm gonna take it off this ridiculous head. Look at that. What's that? I can't even get a fake head, a bust that does the right thing. It's going like that. I used to have loads of polystyrene heads, right, which are male and female, which were perfect for mounting these masks. And one Halloween, I had the bright idea of get a big Halloween party, and I thought, hey, you know what's going to be fun? Let's have exploding heads at midnight. Yeah. So out the back, on the fence posts, I erected all these heads. We've got a big garden out there. I put all these heads on the fence posts, and I drilled them out. And I've put in tomato ketchup, I've put in barbecue sauce, I put apple cores in, I put seeds in, I put loads of grungy stuff. And then at midnight, everyone came out, everyone, come on, I'm gonna watch this. Like Scanners, remember the exploding head from Scanners? Kaboom, watch this. And I put bangers in all these heads and blew the heads up. It was a grisly fucking, it was a triumph. Except the last head didn't go off. So Kilt-Man, well, I wasn't actually in a kilt then. I was pre-Kilt-Man. I was Jeans Man. And I got up, got his head, and I was pissed. So I started putting loads of bangers in it. What's up with this? Like, lit them. Fucking thing blew up in my hands. It blew me off my feet. And I was covered in, I thought I'd blown myself apart. There was all bits, blood and ketchup and barbecue sauce. But I got up, laughed, had another drink. Hey! So yeah, that's where all the heads went. And now I've got that ridiculous thing. But anyway, Smithies, licensed. Curse of the Werewolf. What the hell? What has happened to this? Now, I'm sorry, I can't take this mask seriously at all. But the weird thing is, I've done some work on it, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to straighten its hair. I'm going to get the straighteners on it, and I'm going to straighten this fucking curly mess out. And I'm going to have to take a long time trying to reshape that face, because that is done in. That is a mask that's come in a little fucking, it wasn't in a box, it was just in a little plastic fucking bag. And no bubble wrap on it, it was just, so it's been stoved in, good style. I'm not saying the postie's done that, but the nose is fucked, the face is fucked, everything about this is fucked. But what makes it, I mean, it's rare, so obviously I'm happy I've got it, especially for £5, you know. You can't tell, but that actual sculpt is a good. I know you're looking at me going like, what? The fucking state of that. Forget the hair colour, forget the hairstyle, and forget the fact that the face is absolutely stoved in. It actually is a very good, although cheaply made, reproduction of how he looks in the film. And no, you're looking at me going, no, it's not. It is. If I had, where's that bloody thing gone? Wait. Here's how it should look. That's how it should look. Now, if you look at that face there, that is a good, albeit cheaply made, but screen accurate reproduction of Oliver Reed in the full. Oh God, who was it did the makeup for it? Oh God, Ken Ralston? No, I've forgotten who did the makeup for him. He did a lot of Hammer movies, and I've forgotten his name now. But it was a great, very stylish look. Got the underbite, the Lon Chaney Wolfman style underbite, like that. Speaking of which, there's the Lon Chaney Wolfman from 1940. Awesome movie. That's the film that set the template for cinematic werewolves. It wasn't the first werewolf movie, but it is by far the most influential. I will discuss that at length at some point. Maybe even very soon, because I do love that movie. But that And I've said before, although I love the American Werewolf, and I love the big, ferocious, complete werewolf creature on all fours, but I've always preferred the bipedal, the two-legged werewolf, the tall, man-shaped monster, which of course was borne out by Lon Chaney as the Wolfman. And because there's something about having the semblance of a human face, but covered in fur, got fangs, your eyes have gone yellow and feral, but the big snout is there, but you're still clearly, this is where you're a wolf man. People make this distinction, the werewolf, which is the four-legged thing, and the wolf man. Well, werewolf just means man-wolf anyway, so loup garou, which is the French version, wolf man, So, but I like that kind of, it's more savage, more, supernatural, more scary to see you've got the two animals, the two things, the two entities together in one body. Folks, I would love to say to you, this mask is great. I'm so pleased to have got this. I am, but I have got a lot of work to do on that. Look. It's a fucking mess. Oh, God. I don't know how I'm ever going to shape that face. It looks... I've seen a video of this mask, this very mask. Well, not this one, but, one of its brethren, one of its pack mates on YouTube, and it looked great. It had the same fucking messy, stupid hair, but you can see the details on the face, you can see the shape of the face, and I tell you what, it looked good. It looked good. In fact, I watched that only a couple of days ago because I knew this was on the way. And I thought, oh yeah, I'm gonna work on the hair on that, but the face looks great. This face does not look great. Look at it. Oh, he's a fucking mess. But no offense to Noddy Older, but I think it's because it's stoved in. It looks like that. It looks like him. It does. I could sell this on as a Slade fucking Noddy Holder mask. I could probably make a lot of money out of that, actually, thinking about it. Forget the fact it's a rare Curse of the Werewolf mask. Folks, all I can do is just grin and bear it because this is a mess. Tell you what, I'm going to put it on. Some of you are going like, well, there'd be no fucking difference. You've got that hair already. Let's have a little blast on this. See if I can put some shape in. Oh, yeah, well. See, it should all be pushed back, and it shouldn't be curly. It should not be this curly fucking mess. Oh, poor Oliver Reed, mate, you never look like this. I'm trying to get that nose. There's a lot of strangling. Which was, oh, that's my hair, isn't it? Where does my hair start? Fuck it. That's a mess, isn't it? That is a really crap mask. Folks, if you're a mask collector, as some of you are, I know, Tom, don't bother with it, mate. Don't bother. If you can find a better quality one than that, there are some busts made of the Oliver Reed werewolf, which are completely brilliant. They're really, really good. So detailed, and he's got the blood down the chin, dripping from his fangs. It's ferocious and scary and very, very detailed. Beautiful works of art. That is not a work of art. If you can find one that is not stoved in, yeah, I could say, okay, well done. You've got a rare mask there, and it for the most part, for a limited run, it looks pretty good, for what it's meant to be. Sadly, the one that turned up, a Castle Kilt-Man. Oh God, looks like it's been kicked around since the 70s, well, like the band Slade, really. And fucking hell, it's a mess. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know if I can salvage that. Anyway, but the other good news is that another mask is arriving today. Oh, and that is a great mask, made by a great company, and I really am looking forward to it. And again, it's quite rare, as is the film that it comes from. So rare, in fact, it's a lost film. Yeah, well, there's a clue for you. There's a clue. Ain't saying what it is just yet, but I'm hoping it's going to turn up today. It's meant to be. I've been tracking it, and it's out for delivery. It's on the way. You know. Bottoms up. So, Kirsten Noel, recommend the movie. Brilliant, brilliant film. As I say, contentious, controversial movie as well. Sex and violence was Hammer's forte, and it mingled the two, which caused him a lot of upset with the BBFC and censors around the world for that matter. But Kirsten Noel, finally, you can watch it in its uncut glory, and he goes on a couple of rampages, and there's a great sequence where he transforms in a prison cell because he demands to be locked up, because he knows, again, he's a sympathetic werewolf because he doesn't want to be this beast, this ravenous beast. So he demands, lock me up, please lock me up, because you always kill the things you love most of all. This is another one of the weird werewolf cinematic folklore. And Michael Ripper, the great Michael Ripper, who's in so many Hammer movies, always plays a sozzled old soak, or a gameskeeper, a publican, a landlord. He always plays something like that, a working Joe, and he's in the cell as well. Leon begins to transform, and the great shot, he's at the bars, looking out the window and the full moon's out. And he turns around, like that, and Michael, and he's got these red feral eyes, and it's, oh my God. And he goes for Michael Ripper, kills him, and breaks out. It's just awesome sequence. Hammer had this thing, I said, like a working Joe. Michael Ripper plays all these working class, stiffs, and the underdog, the underwolf with the underbite, and Hammer had this thing about the aristocracy. They hated him, basically. Hammer wear warts and all, boots, hobnail boots, buckets and nails. These guys were grassroots, and they would always take a pot shot at the establishment, at the hierarchy, the upper classes. So they always portrayed the upper classes, like the Marquis in Kirsten Werewolf, Dracula as a bad nobleman as well, an aristocratic, bloodthirsty fiend. But the nobility would always be cruel, tyrannical. They would subjugate the masses. They would commit murder and rape and get away with it because they were the noblemen, and you couldn't touch us. And they'd always take a pot shot. And I love Hammer for doing that. And Hammer was quite brave. They always caused a controversy because of their sex and violence, because of the themes that they adapted. But it also was because, they did stick the finger up at, the nobility, the upper classes. And, good on them. Hammer, you tried to make a comeback several times in recent years. And of course, most notably the Woman in Black with what's his name, Radcliffe, from Harry Potter, and it was great. It was great. It's like a stepping stone for kids. Oh, I want to see a scary film. Well, go and watch Woman in Black, and it is a scary film. Handsomely mounted, great production values, looks wonderful, and Radcliffe plays brilliantly. He's a good actor. He's grown to be a good actor. I like him, and but it didn't mark the big revival all us Hammer fans were kind of demanding. The film was a big success, but what happened to Hammer after that? Nothing. Fizzled out yet again. So, I don't know. Folks, I'm going to leave it there because there's not... No, hang on. No, let's have another little look at this crazy fucking bastard here. Are we ready? Ooh. Oh, see, this is what happens. Most masks, if they're made well, they're sculpted well, they're made from good quality latex, they can get stowed in shipments and transit. But when you open it up and you go like that, shake it off, put your hand in it, it pops back out to where it should be. Not so, poor quality shit. Oh, look, he has got his pointy ears, but one of them's bent. Let's have a look at that one. Yeah, oh, that's not bad, is it? So, look, folks, I'm being serious now. I am going to doctor this mask. So I'm going to sort the hair. I won't recolour the hair because, hey, it reminds me of me. But I'm going to straighten that hair. I'm going to sweep it back. I'm going to do my utmost to get its face filled out again. You know, what has been trashed can be untrashed. You don't see Oliver Reed there, do you? I'll work on that. Folks, as always, it's been a blast. I'll be back very shortly because I've got a lot to do today. I've got a big film review coming and another mask as well. So, hey ho! Devil makes work for idle hands. Whiskey. Folks, gonna see you all later. Fucking shit mask, innit?